Ronda Rousey, a former MMA fighter and WWE wrestler, opens up about her challenging childhood and the events that shaped her into the successful athlete she is today. Born with the umbilical cord wrapped around her neck, Rousey faced health challenges from a young age, including a motor speech disorder called apraxia. Despite these obstacles, she found solace in sports, particularly judo, which allowed her to connect with others and excel in a competitive environment. Rousey's childhood took a tragic turn when her father took his own life when she was just 8 years old. This loss had a profound impact on her, leaving her with a sense of insecurity and a fear of things falling apart. Her mother, a champion in judo and a successful professional, played a significant role in Rousey's life, providing support and guidance as she navigated the challenges of growing up without a father. At the age of 10, Rousey moved to Santa Monica and discovered judo, a sport that would become her passion and pathway to success. She excelled in judo, winning tournaments and earning a reputation as a prodigy in the sport. Her drive to win and her dedication to mastering the art of judo set her apart from her peers. She was willing to put in the hard work and push herself to be the best, even at a young age. At 16, Rousey made the bold decision to leave home and train full-time with Big Jim, a renowned judo coach. This move was a significant step in her athletic career, but also came with challenges, including homesickness and isolation. Her intense focus on training and her desire to achieve greatness kept her motivated despite the difficulties she faced. She saw herself on a path to achieving something extraordinary and was willing to make sacrifices to reach her goals. As Rousey pursued excellence in judo, she faced pressure to make weight for competitions, leading to unhealthy habits and struggles with bulimia. The constant cycle of cutting weight and dealing with the guilt of eating too much took a toll on her mental and physical health. Her unhealthy relationship with food and her body became a challenge that she had to confront and overcome as she continued to compete at a high level. Despite the challenges she faced, Rousey's determination and resilience helped her rise to the top of the MMA world. She set records for the fastest wins, submissions, and title defenses, establishing herself as one of the best female athletes of all time. However, a devastating loss to Holly Holm shook her confidence and forced her to reevaluate her career. At 21, Rousey competed in the Beijing Olympics and became the first American woman to win an Olympic medal in judo. Despite her success, she only received $6,000 for winning the medal, which was reduced to $5,000 after taxes. She expresses frustration at the lack of financial support for Olympic athletes and the challenges they face in terms of recognition and compensation. Throughout her judo and MMA career, Rousey experienced numerous concussions but was often encouraged to continue training and competing despite the symptoms. She describes how repeated head injuries led to neurological issues and affected her performance in fights. She explains that she kept her concussions a secret from her coaches, teammates, and the public because she feared being sidelined or judged for her vulnerability. Rousey opens up about her complicated relationships with her coaches, particularly Edmond Tarverdian, who coached her during her MMA career. She reveals that Edmond would physically and emotionally abuse her during training, creating a toxic dynamic that affected her mental and emotional well-being. Rousey reflects on the blurred boundaries between coach and athlete and the power dynamics that often lead to abusive behavior in sports coaching. Despite her tough exterior in the fighting arena, Rousey admits to being highly emotional and prone to crying during training and competitions. She shares a story of crying throughout a tournament, but still managing to win every match, showcasing her emotional resilience and determination to succeed despite her vulnerabilities. She acknowledges the importance of processing emotions and setting boundaries in coaching relationships to maintain a healthy balance between toughness and emotional well-being. As Rousey reflects on her career and the pursuit of validation and success, she realizes that accumulating achievements and accolades does not guarantee long-term happiness. She acknowledges the limitations of using external accomplishments to define one's self-worth and emphasizes the importance of finding happiness in everyday moments and personal growth. She shares her journey of self-discovery and the realization that true fulfillment comes from within, rather than from external validation or material success. Rousey recalls the pressure and expectations that came with being a UFC champion. She fought frequently, sometimes 3 times in 9 months, to fulfill her promise to Dana White. Despite her success and record-breaking achievements, she faced criticism and backlash after her loss to Holly Holm. The defeat shattered her identity as an undefeated champion and left her feeling devastated and misunderstood by the public. During the aftermath of her loss, Rousey experienced deep sadness and struggled with depression. She credits her husband, Travis, for being a constant source of support and love during this challenging time. He helped her navigate her emotions and encouraged her to seek help and take time to heal. Rousey emphasizes the importance of having a strong support system during difficult moments in life. Rousey found solace and passion in pro wrestling, which allowed her to channel her energy and creativity in a new way. She was drawn to the storytelling aspect of wrestling and the collaborative nature of the sport. Despite her initial reluctance to be in front of crowds, she embraced the challenge and found fulfillment in performing as a wrestler. She describes wrestling as a calling that reignited her passion and purpose. During this time in the WWE, she also faced challenges, including a toxic environment created by Vince McMahon. Rousey spoke out against the abuse and mistreatment she experienced in the industry, highlighting the need for change and accountability. Despite the difficulties she faced, she remained resilient and focused on using her platform to advocate for a safer and more inclusive sports environment. Rousey discusses the negative impact of online comments and social media on her mental health. Initially, she would read comments like the morning newspaper, seeking validation and approval from strangers. However, after her loss, she made a conscious decision to disconnect from social media and prioritize her mental well-being. She acknowledges the toxicity of online criticism and the importance of setting boundaries to protect her mental health. Through her experiences in the UFC and WWE, Rousey learned the value of vulnerability and self-acceptance. She shares her struggles with depression, suicidal thoughts, and the pressure to maintain a perfect image. She emphasizes the importance of seeking help, opening up about mental health challenges, and finding strength in moments of weakness. She encourages others to prioritize self-care and prioritize their well-being above external validation. The podcast also touches on Rousey's struggles with miscarriages and her journey through in vitro fertilization to have children. She opens up about the emotional and physical challenges of fertility treatments, the self-destructive thoughts that plagued her during this time, and the importance of sharing her story to break the stigma around infertility and pregnancy loss. Despite the hardships she faced in her career, Rousey finds happiness and fulfillment in her family life and new pursuits. She talks about the joy of being a mother and wife, the satisfaction of working on their ranch in Oregon, and the creative outlet she found in writing and screenwriting. She emphasizes the importance of finding purpose and meaning beyond the spotlight and the validation of external success. As she looks back on her career, Rousey reflects on the legacy she has left in combat sports and the impact she has had on women's athletics. She acknowledges the sacrifices and struggles she endured to achieve her goals, but also recognizes the personal growth and resilience that came from those experiences.